Hello students, this is the part 1 of plant physiology portion and the chapter is transport in plants, class 11, transport in plants. Transport in plants. So it is important here that we have to discuss, that is, what is the physiological process and what is the metabolic process. Physiological process and the metabolic process. So in physiological process, basically no reactions took place, no reactions, only the physical processes are involved, but metabolic processes involve the biochemical reactions, chemical reactions. So in this chapter, transport in plants, we will discuss the different phenomena or different processes. First one is, that is, diffusion. So we will discuss what do you mean by diffusion. So the definition is that diffusion is the movement of, then question arises, what movement? Movement of molecules or ions, then where to where, the question is that. So from higher concentration towards lower concentration, and why it moves, if we ask the question, that is because of, due to the random kinetic activity. So diffusion is a important process, physiological process involved in plants. So this diffusion occurs, we can see the different, that is gas can diffuse, and liquid and solid also diffuses. So gas diffusion means when we see the burning of, that is your incense sticks, that is the gaseous diffusion, and the liquid is that when you take a beaker of water and add 1 drop of ujala here, so there is diffusion occurs. So this is the liquid diffusion. And in solid, what happens, the particularly the volatile substance, volatile directly convert into gas, that is we can tell the camphor. So this can also diffuse. So in this way 3 different types of substance diffusions occurs, and very important that this diffusion also takes place in plants, that is different ion they diffuse into the cell, and in different substance also diffuse out of the cells. So we can divide the diffusion into 2 types, that is simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. So in simple diffusion, what happens, the cell is there, so the substance will diffuse from higher concentration towards the lower concentration, and there is no involvement of any protein, any membrane protein. But in facilitated diffusion, we can see the cell is there and there is membrane proteins are involved. Membrane proteins are involved, that is called the facilitated diffusion. So they binds with the membrane proteins, or membrane proteins helps in diffusing the substance into the cell. So this is called the facilitated diffusion. So next we will discuss what are the factors really affects the diffusion. So that is, we can tell the factors that is concentration important, then concentration when increases the rate of diffusion also increases, and the temperature plays very important role because the kinetic activity of the molecule increases by the temperature. We know that kinetic energy 3/2 kT, so directly proportional to absolute temperature, and so this is, in this way this is correlated with the temperature. So concentration, then temperature, and it is inversely proportional to square root of density. Inversely, you know that in Graham's law of diffusion, R1 by R2 is equal to root over D2 by D1. So this is inversely proportional to the square root of density, square root of density, and density is the mass by volume. So these are the factors which really affects the rate of diffusion, and diffusion is a very important characteristics in plants, that is the aroma of the flowers diffuses, then the inside at the time of absorption of minerals and the water, the diffusion occurs, and diffusion is a very important physiological process occurs in plants. Then we will discuss the different proteins associated with the transport of substance. First one is porine protein. So this porine protein is very important proteins and forms the, that is your, we can tell, forms the large pores in the membrane, large pore in the membrane, and helps in particularly membranes, and helps in transport of small size of proteins, and mainly found in particularly we can see the plastids, mitochondria, chondrial membrane, and bacteria. So these proteins helps in transporting the substance size of small proteins can pass through it, porine. And another is, that is important, aquaporine. So this is also, we can say, transport proteins which helps in transporting substances, and particularly example water channels, and particularly we do find 8 different types of aquaporins, 8 different types of aquaporin. Then we do find the facilitated diffusions occurs in different directions. So basing on that, we can draw here the membrane is there, and here the different types of proteins, how they associate with transport of substance. So when one carrier protein, these are the carrier proteins only transport a molecule in single directions, that we can tell uniport, that is a molecule in one direction. Then when a protein associated with movement in both directions. When protein is associated with movement in both directions, this is called antipode. Antipode. So suppose A is passing inside here and B is coming outside, and here we can write A is going inside, and then here the both direction movement called antipode. And when more than one molecule passing simultaneously in one direction, that is called sympode. This is called sympode. Two molecules together, we can write two molecules together. So in this way the facilitated diffusion is associated with the transport of different substances in its particular directions. If one direction, one substance, that is unipode. If more than one substance in opposite direction, that is antipode, and more than one substance in same direction, that is the sympode. So this is the transport. Then we will discuss the active transport process. Transport, this is very important because the active transport involves the utilization of energy in the form of ATP. So here what happens, this is active transport, is also called the off-field transport. Off-field transport. So B concentration is very less and B concentration very high. Although the high concentration, there is need of more. This substance needs the active transport process. So here what happens, this membrane protein will bind fast with this substance, and particularly, and inside that there is utilization of energy. ATP will break down into ADP plus IP, and that energy by which this B will attach to this, and there is the three-dimensional rotational movement is there, that it will take inside. So this is called your active transport process. But when simply from high concentration to low concentration, if there is movement is there, that is we can tell the simple diffusion here. And but in this case, here the high and here low, although that there is also movement of this substance because of the requirement inside the cell. So this is called active transport. So we should not be confused with the simple diffusion, facilitated transport and active transport. So we can make a table, that is property. We can write here the property, then simple diffusion, and your facilitated diffusion, and active transport. So here we can significantly differentiate how this difference is there. So the property, first property, requires special membrane proteins. So in simple diffusion there is no requirement. Here the requirement is there. Second is highly selective. So here no need, and here it is applicable, and this is also applicable. Third property is transport saturates. Here no need of saturation, here it is required and here it is required. And fourth is off-field transport, or we can tell the transport across the concentration gradients. So here not applicable, here also not applicable, but here it is applicable. Active because of the energy is used, and from low concentration to high concentration movement is there. And the fifth one requires ATP energy. Here no need of energy, it's passive. This is no need of energy, but here the requirement of energy is there. There is the structural modification, or we can call structural change associated with this, and it will rotate and takes the substance from outside to inside. So this is all about the transport in plants.